What's up, everybody? Joe with Just Jeep It. How's it going? Got a quick video for you guys. We're going to be following along with two little projects I have in store today. We're going to have to fix the subframe because it was bashed on a big old rock that may be about the size of Mount Washington. When we were towing it back from Mr. J Time's playfield, we managed to bash it up pretty good. So I'll describe what happened, but we winched the Jeep, the poor Chief, from all the way over there through Chicken Run all the way up that on those tow hooks. Holy jeez, what a day. Oh, and by the way, the muffler's in the back seat. More details will follow, but I'll let you guys figure out what happened. Let you kind of wonder. So I've been meaning to bash that out and get it back all straight in order to part 2 of this video, which is to install the Ironrock off-road transfer case skid plate, which is pure beef, just like those control arms and the long arm kit we just put on last week. I'm working on that video right now, but we're putting the skid plate on today. So two things: we got to cut the floor up a little bit to get into it with the 2x4 and get into it with the hammer, and just kind of start bashing that subframe down so we can have a nice smooth surface for the transfer case skid plate to bolt up to. And I got some ideas for replacing the nutsert idea. We're going to be using welding some nuts onto a nice piece of steel plate that I have laying around in the shop. So follow along. Just going to kind of be bouncing around here, do a little bit of welding, do a little bit of cutting, do a little bit of hitting with a hammer. So it should be fun. So we moved the carpet out of the way, and I kind of marked off here where I want to cut this little channel, which will expose the subframe, and then we'll just go ahead and smash that out. Oh boy, here, take a look. All right, so there's where we dragged the poor Chief over Mount Everest. Oh man, I just want to jam the exhaust right through the gas tank. I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty smashed in there. So let's get this channel cut out, and then I'll bring it back. That's good. Center of the subframe. Cool. Let's see if we can do a little test here, see if my logic is working. I think it will. Let's see if that'll work. It should work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, let's cut a little bit more. Good. Let's cut a little bit more. The last of the hump. This is actually working out pretty good. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's go underneath and let's take a look, see what we got. Well, it is a whole heck of a lot better and straighter and more flat than it was when we started. Here, let's get this flashlight here. Yeah, that looks a ton better. And now we'll have something for the skid plate to mount to. instead of that busted up old unibody frame that I decided it was a good idea to put over a rock. Yeah, that's good. Nice. All right, now we can maybe start working on actually installing a transfer case skid plate. GoPro. Okay, so here's the Ironrock off-road skid plate, and man, this thing is hefty. So these two bolts match up to the subframe, and then this actually goes to the unibody frame. Hence the whole purpose of banging at that unibody frame. Since it was all bented up, bented up, is that a word? Since it was all bent up, really didn't have a place for this to lie flat. So that's why we cut the floor apart. Again, you have to cut the floor to install transfer case skid plates on a Jeep Cherokee. Maybe not all of them, but this one, because it's insane. So I was never a huge fan of putting nut inserts into the frame. I mean, they're good. They'll do the job, but nut inserts, for something this heavy, heavy duty, I kind of feel like since I have the frame apart, since I have the floor cut out, I have this piece of flat stock, we will go on ahead and weld, we'll drill 2 holes to match up to the holes here, weld 2 nuts, throw this in the frame, and then when we go to put this together, we'll go on ahead and just drill right through the frame, and then we'll match up the 2 bolts to that. So let's get cutting. Well, we always keep all of our stock, our plate steel, because you just never know when you'll need it. Bigger workbench. That's okay. 3/8 inch hole on an old school Ryobi blue drill. Thing works great. Watch it break. Perfect. Let's drill out the hole. We're all set. Good drill bits. All right, 2 holes drilled. Next up, weld some nuts to it. All right. So here's the nuts and bolts we're going to use. To ensure that the bolt is centered and it's exactly where you need it to go, tack it in, put the bolt and the nut together, then tack it in place, because you don't want to weld the bolt and then you try to put the nut in and you got to undo it because it's not lined up. So let's do that. All right, gas is on. Just a quick weld job. We're not doing anything crazy. Already told the family, stay out of the garage. I'm welding. Okay, I'm just going to tack it into place. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I'm gonna melt myself here. I didn't scuff the metal. That's why it's not sticking. Plus, nothing really sticks to WD-40. All right, let's do that real fast. What I'm doing. Yep. Just fluid film the hell out of this thing, and we should be good to go. Good, there's a little bit of room to play. Excellent. Excellent. There you go. Perfect. The holes in the transfer case skid plate are a little bit bigger, which is great. So let's drop this in and let's roll. Nice. Easy fab job. Go. So now we're back under the Jeep. These long arms are sweet, man. I gotta adjust that. We need to fish the bolts to mount to this flange. There's one here and then one on the other side right there. So we'll just fish some bolts carefully through here, get it to mount up, and then we'll drill some holes and we'll go there. I'm not going to bore you with this stuff, but basically you got to put these nuts and bolts through here, put the nuts behind here, and then the bolts will go through there, and shouldn't be too bad. I don't know how you would tighten it up though, but I guess we'll worry about that later. But let's roll. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Was able to fish the bolts through the subframe, and they're in. I think you see that one in there. Yeah, there we go. The socket actually fits in there. Excuse me, getting over a cold. It's like the 10th cold this winter, but you're able to actually get that socket through that hole, so pretty good. The only thing I did notice was the transfer case is kind of sitting on the skid plate, and I think when you use the actual original equipment transmission mount, it's a little lower. So I'll look into getting one that'll raise the transmission and transfer case just to get it off this case, this transfer case off the skid plate. It's not going to do anything now. It's on there just very, very little. It didn't raise. Like when I tightened it up, I didn't see the skid plate, like I didn't see the transfer case going up like 5 or 6 inches. So it's not a big deal. I could see if you start getting on it, it'll torque, and you know, maybe it'll hit that skid plate. But I'll get a raised transmission mount, and that should get it off that skid plate. Again, not going wheeling for a while, so it'll just kind of sit there and do its thing. Next up, we're just going to bolt those bad boys up. We'll drill some holes and bolt it up, and then this project's done. Nice. So we use the same 3/8 drill bit we used for the bolts on the little mounting plate we fabricated up. Alright, that's one. Oh. Try to get it as straight as you can. Sweet. All right, let's go top side and drop this plate in there, and it should work. Should. All right, so we're just going to drop this plate right in there. Liberal coat of fluid film on both sides. And let's take that bolt and let's get it going. Oh man, sweet. Can you see that? Oh yeah. And the other one is a little bit further back here, but looks just like this. And then we'll tighten that down, and we'll be ready to roll. All right, so very, very worthwhile project. What was supposed to be a transfer case skid plate install turned into be a fix the unibody frame, and weld up some mounting plates. So really happy with the way this turned out. The only follow-up thing I'll have to do, again, like I was saying, is see about a transmission mount. See if they've got one that maybe like it's an inch higher. I think I've seen them on online here. One that kind of will raise that whole transmission transfer case unit and get it off the skid plate. But super beefy, welds up real nice. My subframe is now fixed. I'm so excited about that. I hated to see that all dented up, but yeah, man, excellento. Super happy. All right, well, look, everybody, take care of yourselves, take care of your Jeeps, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care now. Later.